Your chakras affect your manifestations. Your chakra points are energy fields. They're vortexes of energy. They're portals of energy within your body. And when they are regulated in the correct flow and flowing properly and communicating with each other, then you're in your top well-being. You're in your natural state of being. But a lot of things that we do on this physical plane disrupt this flow. And when this flow is disrupted, what then happens is you can receive blockages or they're not communicating with each other. And this affects your manifestations, especially if you're being a conscious creator right now. If you'd like to see more of these type of videos, make sure to like it and subscribe. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dana. I'm a spiritual manifestation, energy healing psychic, and I'm here to give you the tools and concepts and knowledge that you need to really begin utilizing and manifesting your own reality. Now let's dive in. But your 7 main chakras, you can think of these as your 7 main pillars to your auric field and the strength of that auric field around your body, okay? And what happens is that a lot of the times when we consume alcohol, certain drugs, conversations with people, certain environments, that wreaks havoc on these chakras, which opens up leaks in the auric field. Now, why is this a problem with your manifestation? So your manifestations are all energetic. And so if the energetics in your actual body are not functioning to their natural state, okay, which is one of well-being, and sit there for prolonged periods of time, you start getting physical side effects. You know, maybe you have a lot of pain in your shoulder and your knee, and now you're going to need surgery there because it's been hurting for so long and there's nothing fixing that. So the areas of your body where you have issues in is saying a lot about where you have energy leaks in your energetic auric field and your chakras. Because if you think of a structure with the pillars underneath it, and we knock one of those pillars out, the foundation isn't 100% secure, okay? And when we keep knocking these pillars out, we're more susceptible to destruction. So what we want to do is we want to really make sure we are working with some type of energy work. And this is why I include it in Spirit Ascension, because it is so essential to your process in being a conscious creator. Okay, you really need to tend to that type of energy. Now, there's multiple ways to do it. I'm teaching you a way that's very easy, simple to understand. You don't need no certificate to be a certain type of healer to do this. You can heal your own energy in the comfort of your own home. So I wanted to include that so anybody could feel like, okay, I can do this, right? You don't have to breathe a certain way. You don't have to tap into universal life force energy. You literally just use your hands because your hands have chakras within them. They have electromagnetic fields within them, and you can move your energy yourself. And this is very important when it comes to the fact that you're calling in a manifestation. If you're calling in money, but your root chakra, okay, your root chakra has a broken pillar. Let's give you that same metaphor example, okay? Or let's say you're calling in love and pleasure and joy, but your sacral chakra, which is around that belly, your navel, okay, that is knocked out. But you're calling it in and you're feeling these things and you're trying to call it in, but your energy field's broken there, not working properly, stagnant, blocked, whatever you want to call it. It needs to get to its natural state. It needs to get back to its natural well-being so it can function properly. This could be the one thing holding you back between you and your manifestation is this energy work. You're doing it all. Some things come in, some things can't. Why do you think the one thing can't? It's because of that energy flow. So you got to really work on your energy flow. Okay, now we're going to dive into some examples of what you can really do to begin, protecting and rebalancing to your natural state of being. That energy flow, your auric field, this energy field around your body, your chakras, your pillar points, how do you really strengthen that? So if you're not willing to actually learn a modality, like one I teach or that others teach out there that you could learn, one that calls to you. You really want to find one that you'll do. You can learn one, you're like, well, I don't really want to do any of that, so that's not going to really work for you. You really want to find something that works for you. And so some natural things is deep belly breathing, okay? This is a type of breathing that can really activate a Kundalini awakening within you. I mean, that's what happened to me. I didn't know that was happening to me at the time. This crazy experience I had happened meditating on a pillow outside. It was like I had an orgasm in my whole body. It was not sexual. It was just like this energy, oh my God, just coming in. You have to understand how energy enters your body is from beneath you in and goes up. That's energy coming in, okay? And how you want to release energy is really pushing the energy out. And this is why in-breath and out-breaths are extremely important in entering energy into your body and then exhaling out the energy. And as simple as that is, yes, breathing, it is your life force. Breathing, why do you think what happens when you get anxiety or you have a panic attack? What's messed up there? Your breathing. So it's very important to learn to take note of how your breath is when you're working out, when you're having conversations with people, when you're driving, when you're doing certain things. You want to make sure to calm your nervous system down and take a few deep breaths. That's just going to help you regulate your energy on a normal basis, right? Now we can get more exciting with it. We can play some frequency sounds. Sound is an amazing tool to heal. The sound bowls, your crystal pyramids, there's honestly the generated frequency sounds they make on the computer that are a certain hertz frequency, okay? And now you're going to hear and you're going to see things out there that are going to list frequencies for specific things to heal, like whether it's for love, money, all of these things, sore throat, whatever it is. But what you really want to pay attention to is when you listen to a binaural beat or a frequency, I need you to see where you feel it in your body and how it's resonating with you. And if it feels really good, then I recommend listening to it. And then you can just lie there and listen to that frequency for 10 minutes a day, and that's going to help regulate your energy field, okay? You want to make that a part of your practice. Now, if you want strategic methods that are proven to actually heal your energy field and your chakras and get them communicating in alignment with each other, you can enroll in Spirit Ascension through the link below, or find any other modality out there that you want to put time and passion into to learn for you. This is a huge skill set that they don't teach in schools, which I think is really a shame that they don't do that, because it's a primary way to keep the well-being of everything. And because the earth has an aura, an energetic field, and chakras, believe not. That's a whole other episode. But I want you to wrap around your mind, this is very important, because there came a time in my life where I did not trust and feel comfortable with the healthcare that is provided. We have it here in Canada. It's free for us. That's amazing. I'm not trying to, ruffle any feathers here, but for me and my personal experience with the individuals that I came into contact with my healthcare experience, there's disconnection. And how because I can read people's energy and I know what they're thinking of me, or I know what they're thinking within themselves, and being that type of energy reader and psychic, it's really hard to trust somebody in the healthcare when you get a total disresonance of what they may be saying and portraying and what the energy is behind them. So to me, I felt like I'm alone in this. I don't go to the doctors. I don't get checkups. You can call me naive. You can call me stupid. It's just something within me feels repelled to go there unless I met somebody and they allowed me to explain the type of person I am and they worked with me, right? I'd be very open to modern medicine in that situation. Now, it's never been extreme where I do need their attention and help, because obviously, if my leg was chopped off, please, bring me to the hospital, let's fix this, and I can heal and take it from there, okay? So absolutely, our healthcare is a must and is a necessity, is a need, and we are so lucky to have that. But what can you do in the meantime? Now, have I ever been extremely, like, my leg chopped off? Obviously, yeah, take me to the hospital, get this thing, stop bleeding and help me out. And then I'll take it from there. So there's certain points I am going to need help from others. So I'm so happy that is there. But it got to a point where it's like, well, what can I do to help myself? Why am I at beck and call at getting a million tests done, not hearing back anything, and then sending you to one place and the other place? In the meantime of all of this journey that you're going to go through in your healthcare journey, what can you do to take care of yourself? Is this energy work, right? And it's so important with what you're calling into your manifestation. So whether it is love you want, money you want, health you want, a certain well-being you want, it all comes back to energy. So it's really important to work with your energy. I'm a firm believer that everybody should have a healing modality that they can tap into in their own way to help heal themselves in addition to modern medicine. I think it's very important. Now, tying this all back into your manifestations, okay? So whether it is love you want, money you want, happiness, freedom, these are all emotions from your main pillars, from your chakras. So determining right now where it gets sticky for you in your beliefs and your perceptions, okay? Because if it's money you want, well, how much money do you really think you can bring in? And what number do you start getting to feel like that's impossible, okay? Or what memory or what past situation or what family member really programmed you to believe that was not possible for you? And so when we recognize that we have these, past generational programs that we carry with us, those get stored in your chakras. Your chakra is like a filing cabinet, and each chakra out of your 7 main chakras has 7 layers to each one. And each one holds different types of information. And so it can get think of a filing cabinet in a lawyer's office or the police building. If nobody sat there and dusted things off and organized it, it'd get really, really messy. Is it all starting to make a little bit more sense now? And everything's like a puzzle to the piece just connected, and you're like, oh, that makes sense, right? So you have a lot of extra junk energetically in you that you really need to get rid of so you can let more in. How good does it feel when we clean a dirty room? And just energetically, if you read energy, if you know how to tune into energy, or you're familiar with energy, you know that a cluttered space is really holding a lot of daunting energy. So same within your body. And there's a lot of things that if you aren't self-aware, you're not realizing you have this, messy thing to clean up with inside you. You just think, whatever. I've never tended to that before. And especially that, if you've never tended to it before, how messy do you have? Or how much stuff have you just stored away, and you gotta get rid of some of that, okay? And so those practices like meditation, the deep belly breathing, the frequency sounds, things like that are readily available to you. If you're listening to this, you have access to the internet. So if you have access to the internet, you have access to these things. And in my workbook, I break down how to do the deep belly breathing. I call it the healing breath technique. And then I also talk about the one meditation that's really going to help you hone your self-awareness so you can identify when you need to work on these things. You can identify when your energy switches and starts going down, okay? Because we can't really control our thoughts, but we can recognize our emotions. And having the self-awareness to identify where your emotions are at is very important when it comes to being a conscious creator, because wherever you are, okay, and that feeling you're feeling, the longer you are there, the more you experience that. And so in order to break free from certain things in your life, if you're always complaining that you don't have enough energy, you'll continue to deplete your energy and not have enough. And I understand that happened. And that was a real thing. And yeah, you're still experiencing it, but you need to take your focus off of that for some time so your natural well-being can happen, and then you can re-up on your energy. But if you keep saying it every day, I'm still, there's got to be a point where you break it, okay? And this is why that's so important. And this ties into all of your manifestations. So now once you start working with your energy, now we can get back into being a conscious creator and using our visualization, using our emotions, which are energies and frequencies, to call in what we are, to call in what is already happening within us, because that's what we attract more of. Now, sometimes we're so blocked off to what we desire, we can't really use the subject of our desire. So if it's love, you can't, like romantic love, you can't focus on that if every time you do, you feel the lack thereof, okay? That's where you need to get off of that subject and get on another subject. And so whatever it is you want to manifest, I want you to list down the emotions you would feel if it already was. If it already act as if, right? But you don't necessarily need to act yet as is, because you want to take inspired action. And that happens when you get connected with source. And when you get connected with source, that is also another way your body naturally heals itself. Okay? Your brain waves. Your brain has the capacity to heal your own body when it tunes to specific brain waves. The ones I'm specifically talking about here are alpha and theta. Theta especially. You hit these brain waves twice a day. And this is why sleep is really important, because before you enter like delta, which is like super deep sleep, you hit theta. Okay. And theta is the one that's helping you heal, as well as delta does too, but not as much as theta. And then theta, once you just wake up in the morning, you're hitting it again. So in a lot of hypnosis, okay, all you're doing is tapping into that brainwave. That's what hypnosis is. It's tapping into a specific brainwave. And when you're there, you're really susceptible to suggestion. So it's really important to know that if you have things going on in your mind, like beliefs and perceptions that are not in alignment with what you desire, you can begin working on that energetically too in theta. So before you go to bed, as you wake up, those are the natural times, or you can learn how to naturally promote your brain to create theta brainwaves. And this is what I also teach in Spirit Ascension, because it is essential. And so if that's something you're interested in, you can enroll through the links below, or also you can grab my free workbook if you have not done so already. I kind of teach you how to get into alpha state, and then I talk more about on the brainwaves, and that's all in there for you. So make sure that you grab that if that interests you. And again, if you're liking this video, make sure to give it a like here on YouTube and subscribe so you'll get more videos like this and more people can find this information, because it's extremely important. And you know, I really appreciate you being here energetically with me. I know I say that a lot in my episodes, but it's just so important for me to know that you matter to me. And you, if you're listening to this on the other end, I don't know sometimes who you are. And when you comment and when you reach out, I get to get a little sense of your energy. I get to understand how it may have helped you, or what questions it may have brought up for you, or what insights that you had. And it really is a beautiful thing. And if this resonates with you, make sure to leave a comment here below, or connect with me on Instagram, or make sure to grab my free workbook, which you could do through the link below. And this workbook is called an Ascension workbook. And the whole process of ascension is really just helping you ascend to your higher self, okay? Which is that natural state of well-being, which is going to help you heal. And there's a bunch of manifestation processes in there as well. So make sure you grab that. And if you're loving this information and you can't always watch a YouTube video, you know, stream my podcast. The Dream Creation Podcast airs every week, and every week I'm teaching you on a new topic or subject about energy, frequency, and vibration in terms to healing your body and manifesting what you desire. So if that interests you too, you can look at the links below. It's on Apple, Spotify, Amazon. there's multiple ways you can stream the podcast, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.